right, we are back and we are in the front yard because it's a beautiful morning, isn't it, babe?
It is.
We're standing underneath our magnificent saucer magnolia.
Yes.
And it is in full bloom. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're just out here enjoying some of the sunshine and the blue sky. Still a little chilly, but it is going to warm up a little bit more today. Starting to feel a lot more like spring. The birds are definitely in agreement. They're singing like crazy. And it's just a gorgeous day to be outside. So we're starting out here this morning, just kind of soaking some of this sun in and enjoying a little bit of it before we head inside to get back to work on bathrooms. Sounds like a plan, honey?
Yep.
All right. Give you a quick shot of our tree. This poor tree had been neglected for many, many years. And then it kind of took a beating during the construction phase. Had one of the contractors kind of crashed into it with the excavator when they were digging for a drain line coming down from the house, but it's actually made a pretty good comeback.
Yeah, it looks the best this spring as it ever has, so.
Yeah, I agree. We've got some fertilizer spikes in the house, so before it comes out in leaf, we're gonna drive some of those in the ground, give it a little nutrients. We're gonna do the same for our big poplars out in front of the house here too. Wanna make sure that they've got plenty of nutrition because some of their roots have no doubt been damaged during the construction process as well. So we want to make sure nothing bad happens to them because they are just magnificent trees and really frame the front of the house. So want to keep them as long as we can, huh, babe?
Yes. We also need to trim some of the dead stuff off of this one.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of dead stuff. Speaking of dead stuff, there's one right above your head there.
You think I can reach it?
I don't know. Depends on how much vertical you got. I know you used to have some ups. Let's see what you got.
Let's see. Oh, I missed it. One more.
Not bad. You got, you at least reached the rim on that one. Let's see if you can dunk it. Yeah, don't fall.
Oh, there I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, if I can get it out. Woo! Okay.
Nice.
I got it.
Good work. And you didn't fall and bust your rear end. Even though that would have made for some good television.
Sorry, America.
All right, you ready to head in and get some work done?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's get working. Okay, so we've been working on getting Grant's bathroom door installed since the tile's complete and the tile runs through the door opening. We had to take some very careful measurements to make sure that the jambs were nice and flush with the tile since that's going to be the final floor height. So did some head scratching and took some careful measurements, used the big old level and got everything pretty well situated. We've got the hinge side already attached in a couple places. And we had to use some shims down at the bottom there just to make sure the jamb is good and flush, or good and plumb on this side. And then what I'm using is a countersink bit. And then I'm using some 2.5-inch construction screws going through the jamb and into the rough opening. That will hold that really nice and tight and really reduce the likelihood that that thing will move and get out of adjustment in the future. You can use big old trim nails and even an air nailer. Some people like that, but I prefer screws just so you know they're never going to back out and cause you any problems later on. And going along the jamb here and running them in right next to your hinges is going to provide the strongest attachment point as well. That way you don't worry about your jamb flexing or anything like that as your door opens and closes. So we've got this side nice and plumb, and using the measurements that I took beforehand before we cut off the bottom of the jamb, we were able to keep everything nice and flush against the tile and then also ensure that our jamb header is level. So once we get everything lined up here, we should be good to go. Should have everything nice and plumb and have our gaps and everything look nice and even all the way around. So I'm going to cut some shim stock to go on this side, and then we'll go ahead and get that side screwed in place. Hopefully everything's going to look a-okay.
All right, so we have Chris almost finished getting the door shimmed. Just doing a little final fit. It's been a fun one, huh?
It really has.
We're a little bit hungry right now. It's lunchtime. We just want to get this finished. Go grab a bite to eat. What you looking for?
The shims are in my pocket.
you have to shim that out a little bit?
Yeah, I didn't like the door gap quite as well
Okay.
as I thought I did.
Mr. Perfectionist.
I just moved that. I'm gonna check the gap here.
Yeah. Looks fine to me.
What's that?
I said it looks fine to me.
Well, you weren't on the inside there. I was checking the stop to make sure it was
I know.
hitting all at the same time.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Mm-hmm. Looking better.
The bottom looked like it was still just a little.
I was looking at the middle, huh?
I know. Middle looked good.
It's uniform from here all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
You got a thin shims?
Oh, I don't know. Is there one in there? Do they do different thicknesses of shims?
Yeah. And there's
I just buy them. I don't use them.
they cut big long ones and they cut them in half. Like if you took the thin and the thick one,
Oh. Okay.
cut them in half, and then
Okay.
put them together in a big pack. You can
All
also
right.
buy them big and long.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I bought those, a guy had to help me find them at Home Depot, and he said he liked using the long ones, but I got the short ones because that's what you'd been using. They were cheaper. Do you need another pack?
Yeah, probably one more short, or thin one.
Okay. All right, to be continued.
All right, we got the door frame screwed in place now on the striker side, and we got the jamb and everything perfectly plumb, and our gaps look really good all the way around the door. I'm happy with it. How about you, hon?
Yeah.
Amber's patiently waiting for me to finish so we can go eat lunch.
Hurry up.
I know. Wasting away. But this is just one more thing to check off the list. We're going to have to go ahead and trim this baby out. Now we can get all of our casing up. One thing you got to make sure of is that your door hits the stop evenly all the way up and down. Otherwise, when you go to latch it, it'll tend to be sprung, and you'll have to kind of pull it to get it to latch, which is not ideal. So the way we got it all shimmed out and screwed in place, it's going to hit perfectly even all the way down across the stop. So next up, we'll get the shims cut off, and we can go ahead and install our casing after lunch.
Yes.
Okay, we got the outside of Grant's bathroom door cased. Looks very, very nice. Doesn't it, hon?
It does.
Do you approve?
I do.
All right, what's next?
The inside.
Inside of the door?
Yes.
All right, we're going cream or white on that one?
I don't know. We need to discuss it.
Gonna make a decision there, huh?
Yes. Very important.
Okay. All right, we shall have such important decisions and have those made shortly and get back to work.
Yes.
All right, so I'm inside Grant's bathroom doing the casing on the inside of the door. I've got the left and right side on. Now I just need to do the piece across the header there. So I'm gonna get my measurements there and go ahead and get that baby cut, nailed in place. And that's gonna do it for the casing on this door. Then we'll go ahead and start doing some baseboard. So we got our last piece of casing in, and that finishes up Grant's bathroom door. Now we're moving on to finishing up the installation of his vanity here. We wanted to tackle the door and all the casing before we finish that up. The vanity, sitting where it is, left about a 2-inch gap between the wall and the vanity. So our concern was once we had the countertop on there, that Grant's toothbrush or whatever would fall off the side and disappear into the
Abyss.
into the abyss there. So we decided to make a spacer or a filler piece.
Well, we failed, or I failed, to order a base filler piece when we ordered the cabinets. Really because we didn't know how much space was going to be there. So I ordered some extra shoe mold, or not shoe mold,
Toe kick.
toe kick that we ended up not needing. So we just took a regular piece of wood that we had and glued the toe kick to it, and voila!
Voila.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we cut down a piece of 1x3 and then glued the toe kick to it and just cut it down on the table saw to 2 inches, and it fills in nicely, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And
So
then
we'll
down
run
here,
some-
yeah, the base will then go from here into here. You'll still have a wee little
Yeah, a little gap.
gap there, but it'll.
At least you can stick
can
your fingers
get-
in there.
Yeah,
if
you can
need
get
to.
that.
So we're going to pull this vanity out one more time and then go ahead and attach that piece to the side of it. Get that permanently affixed. And then we'll put it in place one last time, shim it, and screw it to the wall. Okay, so we got our vanity anchored to the wall and got it all shimmed up. We got our filler piece screwed to the cabinet, and that looks really good. And we went ahead and put our baseboard down in next to that. Still have to run our shoe around that. I have to do a little piece of base over on this side as well. That's looking really good though. We've moved into the toilet alcove here. Go ahead and put the baseboard down in here, and then we'll get the shoe down as well. Amber's got a hammer. She said she's gonna whack me with it if I don't stop filming. Get back to work.
Let's get some work done now.
At least it's just a rubber mallet, not an actual framing hammer.
Well, there's one here. It's right here on the floor.
Permanent damage can be avoided.
I would never do that. Just for the record.
Yeah. You happy with the way it's looking?
Yeah.
All right, very good. So we're gonna get back to work and try to get this alcove knocked out. All right, I got the first 2 pieces fit in there, and it was a challenge to say the least. The corners are not exactly square, and the walls aren't 100% plumb, so not sure what happened in here, but yeah, I don't know what to say. But I'm fitting it in there the best I can. As you can see, we're going to have some gaps between the base and the wall in a few places, but those will caulk up okay. But yeah, it was just a real challenge getting that stuff to go in there and not to have big gaps and everything in between the pieces. So I am coping the joints, and that's going to give us our best overall result, but it's been a challenge. Next piece to go in is going to be this one right here, and then I've got an outside 45, and then it'll die there at the tile. So I'm going to get to work on that and then see what we need to get done here. So the baseboard is done. Got the last little piece cut here and got that glued on with our CA glue, and then went ahead and got all this nailed in place. This gave me a fit. It's not perfectly square. The walls are out of square. The walls are out of plumb in this corner. And so I had to fight with it, but finally got it looking pretty good. I got my gaps pretty tight and a little bit of caulk across the top there, and I think we'll be in good shape. So real pleased with the way things turned out. Got to do my shoe molding here, and then I'll be ready to set the closet flange and do the water supply valve. And then I got to do a little piece of base over here between the cabinet and the tub, and then some shoe over here as well. But that's going to do it for today, folks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a busy work weekend. We got a lot accomplished. Cannot wait to get all these bathrooms knocked out, get all the plumbing fully functional, and everything ready to roll. Next episode, we'll be back in Grant's bathroom, finishing up some things here. We've got some more things to do in the upstairs, and then we'll move back downstairs, continue to knock out some of the trim projects down there. Lawrence, our tile contractor, is going to be back this week. He's going to be working on the master bath, trying to get all that knocked out. And as soon as that's done, we'll be ready to start putting down hardwood floors. Cannot wait for you guys to see that. It is absolutely gorgeous. That 6-inch wide plank floor is really going to set this place off. So cannot wait for that to start going down. You guys are going to be really excited. So be sure to hit that subscription button so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. There's lots more to come. You got any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down below. Give us a like if you would, please. Show us that you appreciate what we're doing here. And as always, please spread the word about our channel. It's a lot of fun sharing this project with you guys, so be sure to spread the word with your friends and neighbors and everybody else that you run into. Thanks so much. Take care, and we'll see you guys again.